Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. Today we're going to be talking about a California self-defense law that even after 42 years of living in California and multiple self-defense classes on the topic, I wasn't aware of. This one probably is going to shock you because it shocked me. So let's talk about what it is. This video is sponsored by Exothermic Technologies, absolutely one of the coolest companies with one of the coolest products that I have ever used. This is the Exothermic Tech Pulsefire UBF, Under Barrel Flamethrower. Yeah, you heard me right. The UBF stands for Under Barrel Flamethrower. This thing has a Picatinny mount on the top that can be switched out for a handle, but if you choose to mount it, this thing gives you up to 25 feet of fire projection. The Exothermic Pulsefire is built to last. This thing is built extremely well with a rechargeable battery. It's got a voltage meter on the side. It is extremely tough and durable. It's got a 1/4 gallon tank that you can put either straight gasoline or a gasoline diesel mixture into it. It weighs about 6 pounds, about 16 inches long, and this thing will get the job done for multiple uses. Now, other than just having a blast with this thing, because it is a ton of fun, you can use it for bonfires, snow and ice, weeds, agriculture, forestry. I mean, there's a lot of other uses for this as well. Now, if the 1/4 gallon tank just isn't enough for you, believe it or not, they actually have a 3.3 gallon backpack that will hook up directly to the Pulsefire. It's got an on-off switch in the front. We have a voltage meter on the side, and your button for operation is going to be at the bottom, and it's got a really nice position where you can hold your hand and kind of gives you that nice ergonomic feel. So use discount code ACC20 to save 20% off of all of your accessories if you buy them with your flamethrower. I'll put more information down below. Let's get to the video. Now, I should start off by saying that I am not a lawyer. This should not be considered legal advice. I got this information from law offices, and I am giving that information to you. And if you want some of my source material to read it for yourself, I will put a link down below. So when I say stand your ground law, what's the first state that you think of? Probably going to be Florida, right? The last state you're going to think of is going to be California. But did you know that California is a stand your ground state? Out of all of the states in this country, the state that restricts your self-defense as much as California does, that is the last place where I thought I would see stand your ground. But it turns out that's exactly what California has. California is a no duty to retreat state, which means that if you are in California and you find yourself in a situation where you might have to defend yourself, you do not have a duty to leave. There's a lot of states out there where if you find yourself in some sort of danger, you have to first find your way out of that danger. So if there's a door behind you and you're able to go through that door and shut it behind you, or you know that somebody's coming right towards your house or something like that and wants to get in your house, you have a duty to retreat first before defending yourself or anything like that. You have to find a way out first. If there's no other way out, then you could defend yourself. And that's the way that a lot of states go. But in California, there is no duty to retreat, which means you are allowed to stand your ground in the state of California. Meaning, if I am, let's say, in my house, right, and I have a perfect escape route through an open sliding door, and that's going to lead me away from harm, and somebody comes into my house, I don't have to take off. I don't have to run. I can stand my ground in there because I don't have a duty to retreat to protect myself. This also has to do with when you're in public, right? So in public, let's say you have an opportunity to escape, an opportunity to run away. You're in a parking lot or something like that, but you choose instead to defend yourself, right? It's kind of a fight or flight moment. You choose to defend yourself. In California, of all places, you do not have that duty to run. You can stand and stand up for yourself and defend yourself without taking off. Now, what's really interesting here and why this surprised me so much is because I've taken multiple CCW courses in the state of California, all over the place, probably 6 different courses. Sometimes it was to film the course for the owner. Sometimes it was just so I can get a different feel for different training and how they kind of teach things in different counties. So it was really interesting to me to find out something that I was never taught in any one of those CCW classes, which is you don't have to retreat. Oddly enough, in a majority of the classes that I was taught, it was you should retreat. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should stand up to every possible scenario. That's probably not a good idea. There are some situations where leaving the situation is the best possible answer. So if you can get out of trouble and not have to deal with any of the aftermath, then that's probably what I would do, right? Just get out of there. But if you can't, or if you just simply choose not to, I was surprised to find out you don't have to. Now, if you live or lived in California, I would be curious to know whether or not you knew about this, or maybe it was just common knowledge to you. Leave your comment down in the comment section and let me know. I'd like to know if other people were as surprised by this as I was. I mean, again, when you think of stand your ground, you usually think of states like Florida. You don't think about states like California. Absolutely the last state that you would think of, probably. But that's the way it is in California. Now, again, if you guys want more reference from this, I believe it's Shao Law Group was one of the places that I went for reference, and they have some pretty good stuff, especially about California. So I will put a link down to the article and the video and everything that they have on this specific topic down below. So if you want to know a little bit more about it and maybe a little bit more detail, then definitely check that out. But again, California is stand your ground state. Thank you all very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.